Last time, we built the simplest model of a battery, a single resistor. It was honest at the instant, but watch what it missed. When we held the current, the real cell kept sinking, slowly on a curve. Our flat line just sat there. This red gap is the story we left untold. Look closely, this gap is not a fixed amount. It grows from nothing, then eases into a floor. It has a shape, and it takes time, about 20 seconds. A resistor cannot draw a shape like this. A resistor has no sense of time. We need something that remembers. Here is the idea. Picture a bucket hung beside the main pipe. When current rushes past, a little of it spills into the bucket. But it fills through a thin straw, so it fills slowly. And as it fills, its level rises gently, on a curve. That slow rise is exactly the sag we could not explain. So what is this bucket really? In a circuit, one thing stores charge, just like a bucket stores water. A capacitor, two plates holding charge across a tiny gap. So from here on, we drop the bucket. We call it what it is, a capacitor. But a capacitor alone would fill in an instant, too fast. The slow fill needs the thin straw, a resistance in the way. So we pair the capacitor with a resistor, C1 and R1. R1 sets how fast it fills, C1 sets how much it holds. Alone, neither makes a curve with a clock. Together, they do. And their product has a name, tau, the time constant. Tau equals R1 times C1. It is the natural fill time, the heartbeat of the curve. In 1 tau, the capacitor charges about 63% of the way. 15 milliohms times 1500 farads. Tau is 22.5 seconds, the very clock the gap was keeping. We are not the first to reach for this pair. In 1947, John Randles drew this exact circuit. But Dolin and Ershler in Moscow got there first, in 1940. Their work was lost to the West, behind the war. So we say it honestly, the Randles-Ershler circuit. So we add the pair right after our resistor R0. And the equation grows by one honest term. V equals OCV minus IR0 minus the capacitor's voltage. Now the fun part, this model has 4 dials. OCV and R0 we already fixed back in Chapter 2. So we leave those 2 alone, and we tune the new pair. Watch, I raise R1 and the sag gets deeper. I grow C1 and the curve slows and stretches out. A little more, and the dashed line lies down onto the real curve. The gap that opened a whole chapter ago closes. But let us be honest, that is the whole point of this course. Zoom in, one capacitor is close, but not perfect. A faster flicker at the start, a slower drift in the tail. One capacitor keeps one clock, a real cell keeps many. The interface reacts in milliseconds, diffusion crawls over minutes. So next chapter we add more, a fast pair, a slow pair. And the strange element built for diffusion itself, Warburg.